What is going on, guys? Jesse here. So you guys know at this point that I am always after the best possible desk setup, and now more and more a big part of that is going to be what webcam you use. And with remote work becoming more and more popular, we're all taking Zoom calls more often, and investing in a good webcam is something I think a lot of us are going to be interested in nowadays. But there's just one problem. They all kind of suck. Like, even if you spend a few hundred on a premium webcam, there's a good chance it's not going to look any better than the built-in webcam on your MacBook. That is, until now, with the Opal C1. So this webcam, in case you guys haven't heard, has been creating a lot of waves in the tech community as of late because it's being invested in by some of the biggest creators on the platform, like MKBHD and Casey Neistat, just to name a few. And I don't know about you guys, but I've been a fan of them for a really long time, and those two in particular are a big reason I got into YouTube in the first place. So when Opal reached out and said they wanted me to check out their webcam, it was a no-brainer. And I gotta say that I've been really impressed with pretty much everything about this, even the unboxing experience, which apparently has won awards all on its own. I didn't know they gave out awards for boxes, but this has won one. But in all honesty, as someone who does this quite a bit, I can appreciate a good unboxing experience, and this one definitely fits the bill. So in the box, you'll get the camera itself, the stand, a partially coiled USB-C cable, and a tool to attach the camera to the stand. I really appreciated how they just give you what you need and nothing more, and what's more is that everything they give you is very nice. Like, as soon as you take this out of the box, you can just kind of tell that it's in another league compared to all the other webcams that I've tried before. Like, I hate to bring this comparison up because I know it's a sore spot for a lot of people, but you know how, like, when you open an Apple product, it just feels a little bit nicer than some of the other stuff in the same category? This gives you that same feeling. Design-wise, it's super clean and should fit into pretty much any setup really easily. And fun fact, this was actually designed by Kenny Sweet, who was responsible for the very first Beats by Dre, which, as we all know, made headphones into fashion accessories, so that's pretty cool. And this is also using some of the highest quality materials that I've ever seen in a webcam. We've got a pretty much full metal construction, and just picking it up and handling it, it feels extremely dense and solid, and just like a quality product. The material on the body actually really reminds me of the magnesium that they use on high-end mirrorless bodies like the Sony Alpha series. Even the stand is made out of metal, except for the inside, which is made out of a very dense rubber so it doesn't scratch your devices. But I think my favorite part is the metal lens cap, which is also felt lined so it doesn't scratch the lens, that is magnetic and gives one of the most satisfying snaps that I've ever experienced. Like, check this out. Yeah, I could just do that all day. And the good news just keeps on coming because it also has some seriously impressive specs as well. So for the sensor, we've got a 4K Sony IMX half-inch sensor, which is the largest ever on a webcam. We've got an f1.8 aperture, which lets in plenty of light and gives you some natural depth of field combined with that large sensor. And for audio, we've got an array of noise-canceling mics on the front and back of the device to create a more clear sound, which they're calling mic mesh. And lastly, we've got an Intel processor that's in charge of all the image processing and the audio as well. So all that's really great, but it wouldn't really mean much if it didn't have good software to back it up. So to activate this, you're gonna have to download their app on Mac OS, and for now, it is a Mac exclusive. I think in the future, they are planning on doing Windows, but I'm not really sure what the timeline on that is, but for now, Mac only. But once you download it, it just kind of hides up here in your menu bar, and it actually has a lot of very professional feeling features. You can control bokeh, focus distance, and since the sensor is so large, it actually does kind of make a difference. White balance, saturation, contrast, and you can even add text overlays, which can give you a really professional look if you want to add your name and title to your camera view so everyone who sees it knows who you are. And what's really cool is that every change that you make in the app, including all those text overlays, goes into any app that you use use the camera with. So you can mess around to your heart's content with all the settings that are included in there, but in my personal experience, it does a really great job just in auto, so that's how I leave it. But yeah, I'm sure you guys are dying to see how the image from this camera looks, so I'm gonna include a sample clip now, and also I'm gonna include a sample clip from the MacBook as well from the stock camera. This is the newer M1 version with the 1080p webcam, so yeah, you guys can see for yourself the difference between the Opal C1 and the built-in MacBook camera. Okay, so here is the sample video for the webcams. I'm recording with both of them right now at the same time, and I've tried to replicate the frame of view as best I could. It's not going to be exactly the same, but yeah, this is what it looks like. And this is what I would call very like average room lighting. I've turned off all the studio lights and just have like an overhead ceiling fan light turned on right now. And in terms of audio, you also should be hearing the audio from like the built-in MacBook mics as well as the mics on the Opal, and I'm just gonna kind of be cutting between them so you guys can see the difference side by side and you can tell for yourself which one is a little bit better. Yeah, and I'll make sure to label like which one is which so you guys don't get confused about which one you're actually hearing. But yeah, this is what they look like and sound like, and you guys can tell me for yourself which one looks and sounds better. So yeah. Okay, so as you guys can see, the image from the Opal just looks so much better than the built-in webcam on the MacBook, and I think there really is something to be said about having better image quality, especially if you're in a professional environment. I think it just makes you look a little bit more professional. But yeah, I think overall this is a really solid offering. Like, I know it's definitely on the premium side when it comes to webcams, but I think if you're looking for something in this form factor, you're not going to find anything better for the price. I think to get better image, you're probably gonna have to go up to like a real camera and then hook it up via a HDMI capture card, and that's a whole thing. And again, I think it also can't be understated how good this thing looks compared to every other webcam out there. Like, I feel like having an aesthetically pleasing desk setup can really affect how you feel about being there, and this is definitely comfortable to the eyes. And also just taking this out of the box, handling it, you can really tell that this thing just screams quality with the amount of weight that it has in it and how you can just handle it. There's nothing creaking and everything seems really tight. It just really makes you feel good about the money that you just spent on it. So yeah, if you've been looking to step up your video call game and this looks like something you'd be interested in, definitely use that link in the description below to check this guy out. But yeah, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.